Good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Jaret Lansford here with your Tuesday morning commute details. And we actually have a new crash that just came in. This is off of I-80 eastbound right around 24th. So I'm going to go ahead and go right into that and give you the look at what's going on with this one. So there's the area that we have this crash. It is just to the east of the 480 interchange that we're talking about with this one. You can see it's a little bit slow in this area, though the crash itself is actually off of the road. Let me show you what I mean by that. This is the camera in that area, and when we are looking at this, there it is. It's over on its side, and this actually likely came off from the road above from the way this looks. In case you're having trouble finding it, there it is. So, see, there's that ramp right there. This eventually makes its way toward I-80, but you've got that vehicle down there. So I'm expecting here shortly we'll have some emergency crews that end up on the scene. We'll likely have at least the shoulder on I-80 blocked. We'll go ahead and clear that now that the camera's been moved. So this is our current situation. Really, this is easily our biggest traffic problem that we have right now. It's been a pretty quiet morning. Aside from we actually did a couple of hours ago have a different crash in the same area where a vehicle ended off the road. So maybe an indication that we have some slick spots in this region. You want to be careful as you're heading around this area, just in case that is something you have to contend with. But again, this is I-80 right around the 24th, just past the 480 interchange that we're talking about. I'll let this situation kind of unfold for you here with this live view. So again, this is our area that we're talking about. It's just off of the road, just past the 480 and I-80 interchange on, in the ditch off of I-80 with a vehicle that's on its side. I want to real quick give you an overview of the commute in general. Of course, we will come back to that crash there at the 480 and 80 interchange. One of the only other issues that I have seen so far this morning is actually construction. Well, not really construction related, but it is impacting traffic in the Blackstone area. We're in a bit of a lull with construction with the streetcar, but we actually have a different project here between 33rd and 32nd on Farnham that has resulted in one-lane travel in each direction. You can see it pretty well from our Blackstone camera. And this is crane operations that are taking place, scheduled to last into the weekend. So be ready for that if you drive that stretch. It's a short area where we have that happening, but it is something that I don't want to catch you by surprise. And when I pull up the map in that area, you can see it is a little bit slow. Nothing crazy, but some minor delays. And when I show you the map overall, you can see most of the rest of the metro is as you would expect it to be at this point in the morning or better. We're really moving along really well through much of the rest of the metro. So I think with that in mind, we'll go back to our crash situation on I-80. Again, this is just past the 480 interchange. And this is the live camera view in that area. You now have another vehicle there on the ramp that's kind of pulling off. So here is our crash right there. And you have another vehicle here that has pulled onto the shoulder of the ramp, likely trying to help with this situation. I'm expecting we get emergency crews in this area soon, so do not be surprised if you're heading toward I-80 eastbound, just past the 40 interchange. If you do encounter some emergency crews on the scene, you want to give them plenty of room to work. And, of course, we'll update you with any restrictions that do result as the situation unfolds. This is the second crash that has happened this morning in this area. The first one was a couple of hours ago, so maybe an indication that we have some slick conditions around here. You want to make sure that you are being careful as you go about travel on some of these ramps. So you've been watching the Nebraska DOT camera view of a crash that has taken place. This is I-80, just off of I-80 at the interchange just past the 480 area. You're going eastbound. It's before you get to 24th, right in that stretch. This is the ramp to get to eastbound I-80 that you're seeing right here. Our crash is right here, single vehicle involved. And then you have this vehicle that has pulled off the road, perhaps to help with the situation. But use some caution as you're heading through this area. This is the second crash in this area we've had in the last few hours. Be careful if you're taking these ramps. Maybe a few slick spots on those. I'm expecting we get emergency crews arriving in this area fairly soon. They'll likely be on the ramp would be my thought. Perhaps blocking the shoulder of the ramp or maybe partially blocking the ramp itself. So we'll continue to monitor this situation. I want to give you a real quick view of what the rest of the metro is looking like at this point. So let me show you the map. And it is really a pretty quiet morning aside from that crash. We do have a couple of small delays that are showing up. They're 204th as you're going between Gretna and Elkhorn. Not uncommon to get some delays in this stretch here. This is as you're getting a little bit north of Harrison near the Q Street area, and then further up toward F, where we have delays in both directions. They're on Highway 6 or 204th, if you will. A little slow as you're going eastbound on Center as you're getting near 192nd. Watch for that as another area that could be giving you some delays. Mostly moving along really well, though. Our one other issue spot is where you were watching. And so there's the 480 interchange that you're looking at right here. So all this kind of tangle of greens lines that you see, that's all the different roads and ramps involved with the I-80, JFK, 480 interchange there. We are just to the east of that, just between, really, it'd be more accurate to put this right about here because it's actually off of the road and in the ditch there. We do have some delays there in that stretch. And here is the view of that crash scene one more time. So, again, crash is right here. And we'll likely have some impacts coming soon to this ramp right here as emergency crews arrive on the scene. We'll likely at least get the ramp partially blocked as they go to work that scene. All right, before we go, we're going to real quick check in on another situation we may have going on. We are always watching for these developing situations on these streams. That's kind of the point of these. So we're kind of looking for something happening on the 480 stretch, likely just north of where you were looking. That previous crash you were looking at was I-80. That was right around the 24th area. So not seeing our other issue. I think we'll wrap this up. I'm going to go get ready for our First Alert 6 cut-in on the air that we'll have on the air in just a couple of minutes. But, of course, any new developments with that crash we've been monitoring and that situation we kind of are scoping out, we'll have posted on our First Alert 6 traffic blog, which is on our website, firstalert6.com. And, of course, we'll have that on the air as well. Appreciate you joining us for this, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.